All right, morning, August crew. Got a few pretty consistent people on today. That is awesome. All right, let's get started with for our push day. Got a bent hinge squat. So we're gonna start with our feet fairly close together, and then we're gonna hinge over. I usually put my hands on my knees here. Then we're gonna squat down and then lift your hips up and then back down into the squat. And we'll do about 20 reps like that. All right. Here we go. Hinge down. Warm up the knees, the quads, hamstrings. My hamstrings are a little sore today. Trying to race James in the outfield to some of those fly balls. 2 more reps here. Good. All right. Oh yeah. Then we're gonna roll down onto our mats for some plank retractions. So first one will be in a push-up position. You can go from your toes or from your knees. And we're gonna drop down, bring our shoulder blades together, and then roll back up. Okay, we got 10 reps like that. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Now we're going back to a plank, but from our forearms. And we're going to seesaw forward and back. So we're going to shift our weight forward over our elbows and then back towards our heels. All right. And we got 10 reps like that as well. Here you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. So next part of the warm up, we're gonna need a band. Well, potentially a band or set up by somewhere, a post or a wall or a bed that you can hold on to. We're gonna do some leg extensions. So over here, onto our knees. Going to have your hips somewhere, band that you can use to help take off some of the tension. You're going to have your hips forward. You're going to go back as far as you're able to, and then pull yourself back up. Okay. Got 8 reps like that today. Here you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. All right. Grab some water if you like. We'll get ready for our first set, which is going to be bench press and box squats. So you'll need a bench or a mat for this one. And then a band or just dumbbells. And what we're going to do for our first set, starting light, warm up the shoulders, either a light set of dumbbells or just the band. And go around your back here if you're using the band, then down on your mat or your bench, head back, and we'll press up, and then nice and slow on the way down. So on these first warm-up reps, we're going to go a little slower than what we're going to do with our heavier work set. All right, so we got 15 reps with the light ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Good. All right. Now sitting up. So next we have box squats. So if you have a bench, awesome. Or if you have chair or a bed to squat to or a box, we're going to squat to there. So we can go with box squats. You can go a little heavier than you do with your regular squats because we're not going down. We're just going down to the box and then driving back up. So you can, but still, we can go heavier, but first set, we're still starting light. So if you have dumbbells, load your dumbbells up. Got 10 reps, down to the box, drive up, down to the box, 2. So we're slow on the way down, fast on the way up. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Dumbbells down, water if you like. Then we'll get into our next set where we're going to go a little heavier for both exercises. Did some of you guys, were you guys up late enough to see the lightning show yesterday? Quite the storm we had out here in True Park anyways. Our power went out at one point. Okay, get set up for the bench, band, and dumbbells. Next warm-up set. We're in that 10 to 15 range here. Up, 1, nice and slow. 2, 3. So this set, we're going still slow on the way down, but a little faster on the way up. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Good. All right. Dumbbells down. Grab something a little heavier for your box squats. And again, the different positions you can use for your squats. You can either hold your dumbbells down at your side. You can have similar to the front squats that we do on Friday, or you can hold the dumbbells here, or you can do the worst one. That's getting them up on your shoulders. All right, here you go. 10 reps again. Control down. Drive up. 1, 2, Brace that core. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now for our working set, so a little breather, and we'll go to our heavy set. Well, yeah, I also wanted to mention, last week Larry had a question about eating before your workout. And I know 6 a.m. probably pretty early for a lot of people to go in and get some food. But I know she had noticed she was plateauing a little bit and getting some food in before your workout can potentially help give you some energy to push through some sets. I am not an expert in this field as far as like how men's hormones and women's hormones work. I do know from listening to some people that are a lot smarter than me in this area that our hormones work differently. Surprise, surprise. But guys have an easier time working on a fasted time frame than women do. So I know that it can be easier for us to work out without anything. But that being said, everybody's still different. All right, here we go. 10 to 15 reps, last set. Do you remember how many you got last time? Try to push past that one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, I think we got 12 last time. 11, 14. Oh gosh. 15. Yes. So sometimes in the morning, it may help to get a little bit of something in you before. Usually something easily digestible with some little bit of carbs will help. Like half a banana in the morning. I know Chris likes to drink, which aren't necessarily carbs, but they do help during a workout. Some BCAAs. But it's certainly, there's some optimal stuff you can use for people, but it's really up to preference with nutrition. Some people have a hard time working out with any food in their stomach. Some, like I used to bike, do some distance cycling, which is different than this style of working out, with some guys who would eat like fried egg sandwiches on their ride and had no issues. So really comes down to what works for you and some trial and error. Okay, let's get the weights up. Last set of box squats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. And also, sometimes what you had the day before can affect your workout the next day. Maybe if you stopped eating too soon in the day, so it may make it hard to work out the next day because you don't have enough stores left in you to fuel the workout. Okay, next set. Splits. Oh, shoot. Split squats. Yeah. Excited for those. split squats and overhead press. So with the split squats, you'll need some place to elevate your rear foot. So bench, chair, couch, post, or a barbell like me. So first set's light, and also the tempo is slower, just like with the bench press, where we're going to take it a little slower on our first one to really warm up that movement, keep that muscle tension. All right, so let's set up, get our weight over our lead foot, down, nice and slow. One. We got 6 reps per side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have seen some people elevate their front foot a little bit. Here we go. 6, 2, which allows them to get a little deeper in this movement. 3, 4. I have not tried that variation yet. 5, 6. I feel like these are already awful enough. All right, next we got dumbbells for our overhead press. So overhead press is going to definitely be lighter than your bench press. We've got 10 reps. So you can do these standing or seated. Totally up to you. And hands here. Also, depending on your shoulders, you may change your hand position here. Further forward you are, the more just front delt it hits. Further out here, the more kind of medial delt you'll hit. But also depends on your shoulder joint and how that works. So let's press up overhead. Nice and controlled on the way down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I know for me, my shoulders move back. 6. When I come back, almost like a behind the neck press. 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. So each exercise is like, I guess there's suboptimal and optimal ways of doing each one, but really also depends on how your body works and how you connect with the exercise. All right, back to split squats already. Grab a little heavier weight if you got, or you can add a band to this one. All right, let's get set up. And here we go. 1, nicely. 2, 3, deep as you can go. 4, without pain in the knee joint. Switch. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good work. Back to overhead presses. So depending on how the last set felt, you can go up a little bit. 10 reps again, I believe. Yeah, 10 to 15 on this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. All right. Whew, little water break. One set to go still. Kristen was hoping that was the last set. Lucky her, we got one more. So go a little heavier or add another dumbbell to your split squat. Now add two. Oh, yeah. All right. So let's get set here. 6 reps. 1. Nice and slow. 2. Oh, Kristen started a little heavy. 3. It's all right though. It's only 6 reps. Oh, switch. Oh gosh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, 6. Oh. Just need a second here. Lean over. Okay. All right. That was hard. All right, last working set, overhead presses. 6 to 10 reps here. Put it up. Whoa. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh gosh. 8. Yes. Okay. Good work, you guys. Little breather. I think we got lots of time left for our sissy squats to failure, and then rolling thunder presses also to failure. So with the sissy squats, anybody's missing the workout today, maybe it's because of these. They didn't want to do them. We can do, especially for those of you who've been doing our failure sets for a while, you can do a bit of a drop set to grab a weight, have your heels up on the plate or just up in the air and squat down deep as you can go. If you're using a dumbbell like this, you want to squat down to the dumbbell and then come all the way up. But we're not going to lock out at the top. We're going to keep our knees slightly bent. You can add a dumbbell. Use your dumbbell till you can't. Once you can't anymore, put your dumbbell down. Try to get a few more reps out without. All right, here we go. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. There. Well, Kristen's got the dumbbell down. Oh gosh. Oh, dropping the dumbbell doesn't help all that much. Oh. Tony, good work. Joy, job. Oh, Larry still going. Nice job, Larry. Oh, Larry, good work. Do that little extra food in the morning. Helps you get the win. Good work. Okay. Let's get your breath. Give you guys about a minute or so while I brag about my mom. So with this Built to Last program, been going for a few months. My mom's been super consistent. And prior to that, she was working out with Sarah for like 2 years. And so just some of the uh, benefits to getting in shape for life outside of just wanting to look good is being able to play and enjoy life with your grandkids. So like seeing my mom go from where she started to where she's able to move and play and keep up, usually outplay my kids. She had them for a whole week last week and sent them back exhausted, and she still looked fine. So one of the benefits to keeping yourself in shape. Yeah, she was actually the only one too that completed the challenge last month too. So yeah, she's also ultra competitive. All right, so rolling thunder presses. I'll show you guys one rep before we get started. So neutral grip, coming down, rolling back, pull forward, press up. All right. So many reps as you can do. Last exercise for the day. Here you go. Back. One. You got more than 30 reps last week too. Try to go a little bit heavier this week. 3, 4. Oh, I thought it'd be okay with these. 5. But they're already hard. 8. Oh. 9. Another thing I wanted to say while we're doing these too about staying in shape is one of the benefits to your kids. I've noticed this month because I haven't competed in too much since we've had kids. We started playing softball. Not that you need to be in great shape to play softball, but we've had a few hamstring injuries on our team, which means you do have to be in some sort of shape to play. But oh gosh, that's it for me. One of the awesome things of competing when you have kids is that your kids get to see you be active and compete. We're still going. Good work, Tony. Carrie Lynn, crushing it. You guys are at 90 seconds already with the presses here. Good work. Tony versus Carrie Lynn here. Oh, and that was a tie, I think. Good job, you guys. Everybody wins, right? Participation ribbons for everybody. Good job, you guys. But yeah, I know competing in front of your kids has been pretty awesome. Has inspired my boys actually to want to play baseball next year. So it's a really fun thing. Great work today, you guys. If you guys got any questions too, I'll be on for a few minutes afterwards. Feel free to stay on and ask.